Something feels different around the Indiana Fever right now, and fans are starting to notice. The energy that once surrounded every game, every highlight, every deep three from Caitlin Clark isn't quite the same. Not gone, not collapsed, but shifting. And in sports, that kind of shift can speak louder than any stat line. This isn't about one player underperforming. Clark is still drawing attention, still creating moments, still doing the things that made her one of the most talked about rookies in recent memory. But basketball isn't a one-person show, especially not in the WNBA, and that's where the real conversation begins. When fans tune in, they expect more than flashes. They expect consistency, support, rhythm, and lately, there have been stretches where the Fever simply don't have enough answers beyond their star. Rotations get thin, bench production dips, defensive lapses pile up. It's not a mystery to analysts or longtime viewers. It's visible, and it's affecting outcomes. What's even more telling is how fans are reacting. Early season excitement brought packed arenas and rising ticket demand. Clark's presence alone was enough to create a buzz that felt bigger than the team's record. But as games unfold and weaknesses become harder to ignore, some fans are starting to pull back, not out of disloyalty but out of frustration. They want a complete product, not just flashes of brilliance surrounded by inconsistency. And then comes the response that really turned heads: ticket prices dropping as low as $12 for certain games. On the surface, it looks like a simple promotional move. Teams do it all the time to boost attendance. But timing matters. When price cuts happened alongside growing concerns about performance, it sends a message, intentional or not, that demand isn't holding at the level expected. To be clear, cheaper tickets aren't inherently negative. For many fans, it's an opportunity, a chance to see a generational talent like Clark without breaking the bank. Families, casual viewers, and new fans can now step into the arena and experience the game live. That accessibility could actually help grow the fan base long term. But there's another side to it. Longtime supporters who rush to buy tickets earlier at higher prices may feel the shift. It raises questions about stability, about confidence, about whether the organization is reacting instead of leading. Inside the front office, the challenge is obvious. Building a competitive roster takes time. Young teams go through growing pains. Chemistry doesn't appear overnight. But the spotlight on Indiana is brighter than most rebuilding teams ever experience. And that spotlight comes with pressure on decisions, on development, on results. Clark didn't just bring talent, she brought expectations, national attention, media coverage, a surge in visibility that elevated every game into an event. And with that kind of attention, weaknesses don't stay hidden for long. The depth issue isn't unsolvable. It's a roster construction challenge, something front offices across the league constantly navigate. It can be addressed through smarter rotations, player development, trades, or future draft strategy, but the key word is addressed. Because ignoring it isn't an option, not when the whole league is watching. Fans aren't walking away because they've lost belief in Clark. If anything, their expectations exist because of her. They've seen what's possible. They've seen the moments where everything clicks. And now they want more of it, not just from one player, but from the entire team. So this moment feels less like a collapse and more like a crossroads. The Fever have the attention. They have the centerpiece. What they need now is a support system that turns highlights into wins and interest into loyalty. Because in sports, excitement gets people in the door, but consistency is what makes them stick.